All praises due to the Most High, family. We talking basketball, playoffs, NBA. All right, family. So, first half of this episode or this video gonna be the Spurs and T-Wolves, and then we're gonna get into the Knicks and the Sixers in the second half, right? But so, family, out the gate, I'm not too concerned. I'm not too concerned, right? We are playing back-to-back Western Conference Finals Timberwolves. Like, what did you expect we were gonna have to deal with, right? And I get it; they're not at full strength, but that's the pedigree we're dealing with, right? What's left in the West, family, is its back-to-back Western Conference appearance, Timberwolves, and the reigning champion Thunder, right? So that's what we're overcoming at this point now. So with that being said, I'm not too concerned. Obviously, it would have been ideal to win the first game and to remain or to maintain the home court advantage, but I think we're okay. Where I do have concerns and where I want to see improvements in game 2 is, in general, we have to be the more physical team, family. If I were to ask you who the toughest physically is left in the West, I want you to what team comes to mind when you think it, when I ask you that, family? And if it's not the Spurs, we are not going to win this championship. That's just straight up, right? We were out physicaled by a very physical Timberwolves team. Now, at the end of the game, I saw that it started to click for De'Aaron Fox and Vassell in particular. At the end, in the fourth quarter, I saw them get more physical, right? But the leader of the team is Vic. And so he's got to be the most physical player on the court. That's just his responsibility. That's what it means to win in this Western Conference, is you have to be the most physical team. Okay? Now, as few points as Victor had, family, I don't know how many people realize how close he was to a quadruple double in this game. He was 5 assists short of a quadruple double. Now, hear me out, family. Stephon Castle and Devin Vassell actually shot pretty well. They shot a very good percentage in this game. De'Aaron Fox and Vic, they got to understand when it's not clicking for them offensively, and they got to get the others engaged. And man, Victor Wembanyama would have found those 5 assists if we had got Stephon Castle and Devin Vassell more looks, because they shot around 50%. Very efficient. Vic was 0 of 8 for 3. Like, we just can't have that. Eight attempts is too many if you're missing the first 7. Right? Like, if you go 0 for 5, it's over. It's a wrap. Right? That's just me. But with all that being said, family, I think we're in good shape. This is a very high pedigree we're dealing with a lot of playoff experience. It was a very tight game 1. I think that we're oriented and we understand the level of physicality that we have to bring, and I'm just not worried. I don't think Vic's gonna have that poor of an offensive outing again. I don't think De'Aaron Fox is gonna have that poor of a defensive outing, an offensive outing again. And based on how De'Aaron Fox finished the fourth quarter, or finished the game rather, I think he's gonna come out more aggressive in game 2. Go Spurs, go. Okay. The Knicks have made me a believer. Family, I was dead wrong about the Knicks. Dead wrong. Man. And I don't know if the Spurs Timberwolves game is like coloring my lens when watching the Knicks and Sixers, but I see the same thing, family. If I'm not mistaken, the Knicks are two-time conference appearance, right? Eastern Conference appearance at this point. Back-to-back conference appearances, the Knicks, I think. And I saw that pedigree. And more than a pedigree, what I see is the hunger, family. I see a team that feels like they missed an opportunity, and like this reminds me of like the revenge Spurs, right? When wasn't that the year the Spurs beat the Heat in the finals? Wasn't that like we was on some revenge type stuff, wasn't it? Anyhow, maybe I got that wrong, but that's the energy I feel from the Knicks. It's revenge, right? And coming out in game 1 against the Sixers, I think they've already mentally imposed themselves upon the Sixers. I don't know. The series has yet to be played, but that's just out the gate my impression. Yes, family, and why that is, obviously, I mean, Paul George is an okay defender, but man, he's in the twilight of his career. Outside of that, though, the Sixers don't really have a defensive. Maxi's not a defensive, specialist. Joel Embiid is not that. Edgecombe is a rookie, and he's not that. So whereas the Knicks, they don't. Well, they do. Anunoby, they got some wings. Anunoby's like really athletic. He can lock somebody down. But Jalen Brunson is buying in. Cat is a capable defender. He's buying in. And you couple that, family, Jalen Brunson has more energy because he's not the one running the entire offense and creating himself, right? They're really running through the offense through Cat. And that's why his assists are up. But this is just a more efficient approach. Now, it's a good power to have that Jalen can take over, right? And because you're going to need that in clutch moments, and you're going to need that in droughts. But it's much more efficient to run it through Cat, and then that gives Jalen Brunson more energy to spend on defense. And so when you combine the grit, the pedigree, the hunger, the buy-in, that's why you get this BTA that we just saw, and then that we saw in the round 1 against the Hawks. Now, I really wasn't. I just didn't think the Hawks were like that, so that's why that blowout didn't mean a lot to me. But I thought the Sixers were kind of like that. So this one definitely hits a lot harder. But I think the Knicks are for real, family. Let's be honest. Most of the time, we assume the Western Finals team is going to beat the Eastern Finals team, right? Like, that's been the case except for when the Celtics won, and then when the Raptors before that, and then when LeBron was winning, right? So not every team from the East that makes the finals is for real. I think the Knicks are very for real. I think they're going to challenge whoever shows up out the West. And I think there's the Wolves, the Spurs, and the Thunder are great teams out the West, but watch out for the Knicks for real. All praises due to the Most High, family. We're on the road to 100 subscribers on YouTube. Tap in, tap in, tap in. All praises due to the Most High. Peace and love.